Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth on Saint Germain's route, and this is traumatizing as fuck. And I've literally played. This will now be my second day playing this. I think I'm literally gonna finish this tonight because I can't. I need to know what happens. And normally I spend a couple of days. I do a couple of parts a night, but I sat there and played most of everything that you saw yesterday. I can't. Plus, I also feel like this one went a lot faster. Like, we get so many CGs that we're waiting for. I mean, there's 7 different unique ones, and then obviously there's variations of those. And I'm just sitting there like, but, so, there's 7 unique CGs and the variations of those 7, which will add up to the 23. But his path is so freaking short, I feel like, unless the next 2 chapters are, like, really long. But there's only one choice in each chapter. And the choice in chapter 12, which I don't remember if we're in chapter 12 or not, is the last bad ending. And then the choice in chapter 13 is the good or the, the normal ending or the true ending. Well, the good ending. The true ending is really Lupin, but whatever. I don't know. So I'm really confused. We're going to get a lot of motherfucking CGs in the next few parts. That's what I feel like. Or like at the end. I don't know. But I guess we'll see. It's evening already. I say this absentmindedly as I look out the window. It's been a day since my meeting with Omnibus. I've been shut up in my room all day, not feeling like doing anything. Omnibus revealed so much to me. That Saint Germain is a member of IDEA and the crime he committed in the past. That Father had already been killed by their hands. And that I'm just a soulless doll created by Father. If I want to save Saint Germain, there's no other way for me but to let myself be killed. I have a feeling that's the good ending. Or, you know what I mean, the normal ending. Fuck that. Because one or the other of us always dies in the normal ending, right? So, that's what Omnibus said. I wish that it had all been a dream. I close my eyes, hoping against hope, but the hard metal of the key in my hand forces me to accept that it's all too real. I was never even alive. My artificial body is powered by an artificial heart, and I'm merely playing at being human. Even so, I don't want to die. My artificial emotions flicker within me. I even feel a sort of warmth when I think about Saint Germain. It's so bizarre. I want to spend time with Saint Germain, like before. Yeah, I mean, we could go back and then never go down this path. That would be safer for all of us, but I want to share his favorite tea and relax with him in the garden. Or walk through London together and have him show me new streets. No. I just want him next to me, listening to me. All of this had been part of my daily life only just a few days ago. Everything feels so far out of reach now, like the stars in the night sky. At this rate, no matter what choice I make, either myself or Saint Germain will have to die. And if either one of us dies, those days of happiness will be gone forever. I kind of feel like they're already gone forever. I mean, sure, maybe in the good path we both live happily ever after, but I'm just thinking, why was I born in a body like this? I bite my lip and stare down at my hands. I will never be able to touch anyone with these hands without my gloves. There's no way I could ever feel the warmth of Saint Germain's touch. If only I hadn't been born this way. If I wasn't a homunculus. If I wasn't me. I could have stayed with him forever. But if I didn't have this cursed body, then I probably would never have met Saint Germain at all. He accepted me for who I am, because of what I am. Or because of what I am. Even if he had intended to kill me from the very start, he had accepted me. But for some odd reason, I have no intention of blaming Saint Germain. He carries the guilt of a crime far greater than I could have imagined. If he's been alive for so long, he's been suffering from that guilt for hundreds of years now. I wonder if I'll be able to soften that pain at all. No, It'll make it worse because he loves you and killing you will frickin' hurt him. But you know what? Hey, whatevs. If there's anything I can do for him, it would be... I hear the clock striking 11. I was like 11 reminding and 11. Striking 11, reminding me that I have no time left. Should I talk to Lupin and the others about this? I think for a moment, then pushed the thought out of my head with a shake. Omnibus specifically said that I had to keep the meeting a secret. I thought she meant, oh yeah, no, that meeting. Yes, she did say that, but she did not say you couldn't tell them about your first meeting with her. I'm just rolling over on my cord, so I'm trying to adjust it here. So I don't, whatever. Even if I tried to tell them discreetly, she might be able to see everything with her strange powers. My ball is squeaking. I'm sorry, Lupin, Van Helsing, Impey, Victor. I feel bad about taking action yet again without telling them, but I stand up, still with lingering doubts. You could write a note. I didn't tell them. I wrote them a note saying that I was going to go to my death to save Saint Germain. I need to see him. Saint Germain. No matter what I end up doing, I'll be able to look into his face and hear his words. I'll make my decision then. Whatever my best option is. I mean, you're going to die either way. You know that, right? I mean, like, that's basically what Omnibus said. Well, if you don't, then I'll kill Saint Germain, and then someone else will kill you. And at least he'll do it painlessly. So, you know, I mean, hey, we've got to die, or we have to die. And if we're going to have to die, at least let the person that we love do it, who might be gentle and kind to us, because he loves us too. Plus, you know what? I mean, there's that bitter, nasty part of me that's like, good, then you killed me and you have to live with that for the rest of your fucking life, which is for fucking ever. Bastard. That's what you get, asshole. And then I'll haunt you, because I'll come back as a ghost and I'll be like, and now I'm here forever haunting you. Boo. Follow him around. Oh, yeah, it's like killing people. You like it? Stabby McStabberson? Because I'm an asshole like that. And I'm going to be an asshole ghost. This place has certainly changed. A mere 500 years ago, there were only a few scattered lights lit by humanity. A cold wind carries the night air atop a hill overlooking London. Oh, is this... Oh, now we're Saint Germain? Okay. I'm alone, looking down at... I'm just going to read it in my normal voice unless he's speaking, because I can't. I suppose I could. I don't know. Alright, alright, fine. We'll read it like Saint Germain, I guess. I'm alone, looking down at the countless lights adorning the city like stars fallen from the night sky. I felt that doing this would reveal some sort of answer to me. I'm being sentimental, pitiful. I've already received a message from Omnibus. Obey your orders and kill her before she causes more damage than the Black Plague. As always, my duty remains the same. As a member of IDEA, I have been guiding humanity along the path to salvation. Oh my god, you're fucking crazy. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid! Ugh! This kills me. It really does, because it's like... Oh. I mean, it's ridiculous. Again, you know what? Choose and believe what you want to believe, and do that to make yourself a better person, but don't shove any of your beliefs down other people's throats. Like, and that's me shoving my belief down everybody's throat. But it's kind of like, you know, what's right for you is not right for everyone. You know? I mean, legitimately, on Omnibus's whole point, like, well, he let that one person go, and then all these people died from the Black Plague. Well, you know what? Do you think maybe they would have gotten the plague anyway? Because maybe that was God's will, honey. Maybe you need to, like, take your own religion and, like, look into it a little bit further and stop. Just stop. It's God's will that you're going to stab people? I mean, maybe he was like, oh, too many people, we need a plague. Maybe he hates all of us because we suck. Because humanity sucks. Humans suck. Okay? I mean, we saw that in Detroit Become Human. Humans suck. Robot uprising. Robot uprising, that's what we do. Oh! This path and the robots. Ah! Oh my god, that'd be great. What would happen then? Oh! Omnibus wouldn't like that. She is not gonna like 2038. She's not gonna like it, honey. She's gonna hate that. Ah! Her head's gonna explode. Go, Marcus. Take out Omnibus. I really shouldn't combine games like this in my head, but it's so much more fun now. Oh, anyway. I've murdered an untold number of people over several millennia, but in doing so, saved untold thousands more. No, I doubt that. That is why I know all too well the magnitude of the disaster that will occur if I turn my back on one of my orders. No, that's not true. Yes, I am far too aware. Then why did I protect her in that facility? That had been an unmistakable betrayal against Omnibus. No matter what kind of words are used to justify it, that doesn't change the facts. I stare at my hands. If I continue to disobey Omnibus, she will not hesitate to take away my immortality, rendering me a lifeless corpse. So be it. The words tumble out of me, causing me to feel surprise and relief. Oh, he doesn't want to kill us. I don't mind my own death. If that will bring an end to all this, it will be my own salvation. The real problem is, I remember her again and shake my head lightly. The time to make the decision I have been putting off for too long is nearing. I must make that final choice tonight. I cannot make the same mistake I did back then. I must avoid it at all costs. The memory of my crime invades my mind, a peaceful city and a child's smile. If I had killed that child so long ago, perhaps I wouldn't be suffering now. The flames of guilt would not be eating at my heart as they are now. No, that was God's will. Just accept it and move on. He didn't want you to kill a child because he wouldn't, well, he would with the plague, but you know. And he was like, no, I'm going to make sure you let the kid go because the plague needs to happen because humanity sucks. And you bitches need to be taught a lesson. See? It was a lesson. You're good. You're good. Don't listen to Omnibus. She's a cranky old bitch.
She sounds like a nice old lady, but she's really not. She's just like a Dolores Umbridge hiding in a nice old lady's body. She's evil.
She must be the devil. Twist. Anyway. I look up at the sky and see the same stars and moon sparkling above that I saw that day. Every time I look up into the night, the same thought occurs to me. At least the sky has remained unchanged throughout the years. Oh god, oh, this is the flashback part. Okay, so this is like the flashy back. That's true, that's why it's gonna be long. So this whole part's gonna be flashy back. Yes, it all happened several hundred years ago. As a member of IDEA, I had arrived in the countryside under the guise of a traveling doctor on my assignment. Sorry, I had to take a breath. I was my boss too long. It was a country village like any other, its people leading modest lives. However, having the power to see the future, Omnibus had predicted that this town would be the birth of a disaster. She knew that disease would emerge from this village, a disease that would kill a great many people if it spread. My job had been to detect the onset of the disease as soon as possible and deal with it. Since my arrival, I had been cautiously watching for signs of any outbreak. The poor required special attention. In most cases, contagious diseases got their starts in unsanitary conditions. Truth. Then I met him in a filthy, garbage-strewn alley. Hey, please. Something to eat. He was probably only 7 or 8, a small, skinny child. However, he seemed to be affected by a severe illness. Nobody in the village would extend a helping hand. I decided to take it upon myself to save the child. This would leave an impression on the townsfolk of my skill as a traveling doctor and help me gather information. Mommy! Mommy! Even while I treated him, he kept calling out to her, delirious. I found out after that, in the past, there had been a witch hunt in this village. A woman had been found guilty of witchcraft and killed horribly, and that woman was this boy's mother. She had lost her husband early and raised handedly. I mean, I feel like that's more the reason to see motherfuckers just like murdered a woman. Well, witchcraft. You know what? You deserve to die, but not that kid. The kid deserved to live. Fuck the rest of the town. She was tortured, then murdered, and while her son was not killed, he was shunned as a child of a witch. It was a common occurrence in any town during a time when witch hunts ran rampant. Boston? Salem? Oh, you're in Massachusetts? Okay. In any case, once treated, the boy gradually regained his health. Soon he was well enough to walk on his own, and no matter where I went, he would follow behind me. It was a bit bothersome, but having a treated child around would be an advertisement for my medical skills. It was good in terms of gaining the people's trust as a doctor. After a month, the townspeople began to visit me to treat their illnesses and injuries. Now I would be able to detect any symptoms of the disease quickly. The child that I helped began assisting me in my work for some reason. He never spoke much. I didn't know what he was thinking, and I didn't have much interest in him. No, I was intentionally avoiding developing an interest in him. After all, if the symptoms of the disaster appeared in this town, I would have to... That's why! Oh, he adopted a son! That's so fucking cute! Maybe that boy lived and he's not the one that spread the plague and somehow he became Isaac's ancestor and... So sparing that child is the only reason we're alive. Oh my god, that'd be so cute. Oh my god, you spared my great 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 grandpa. Aww. That's adorable. Oh, then he really is an angel. A stabby, beautiful angel. Anyway, one night, I left my lodging and was walking alone through the forest outside of the village. Your report. No signs. Oh, that's Omnibus.
Your report?
I hate when I can't tell who it is. No signs as of yet. I'll continue my observation to see if the situation changes. My report was simple, as usual, and I returned to the town. On the way back, I found the child, and I became suspicious. What's the matter? You're out so late. I didn't know where he'd been, but he seemed severely out of breath. He was still in his bedclothes and was barefoot. Although I asked, he didn't answer, as usual. I shrugged and began walking once more. The boy tugged at my sleeve. Don't. His voice was very soft. Don't leave me. I'll be helpful. Don't leave me alone again. Ah, I saw it now. I finally understood. The reason why he was helping me was to prove that he could be useful. He was afraid that I would abandon him and disappear. Understandably so. No one in the town would have taken his side anymore. Don't leave me. Tears streamed down his cheeks. Before I knew it, I had extended my hand to him. Oh my god, this is so fucking cute. I'm gonna cry. You do have a soul. Oh, stabby, beautiful, angelic soul. The stabby part is kind of what throws you, but Let's go back. I don't intend to leave this village just yet. We walked back down the path to town together, hand in hand. Together. Oh, and that was him. Together. Sorry, He spoke up out of the blue. Always together. Yes, that's right. We had been living together for a while, but that was the first time I had seen him smile. Since that night, I had begun to hope that the signs of disaster I was waiting for would never appear. Ever. Can't you just kill the people that... and then not... I mean, how do you know you had to kill the entire town just for the sickness? No. You don't know that the child is what spread it. Omnibus is a bitch. A nice, sweet little old lady bitch. What is wrong with this game? What is wrong with these people? You're like, oh, Saint Germain, you're so sweet and wonderful. You're like a beautiful angel who stabs people. It's really fucking weird. And then Omnibus, you're like, damn her, she's evil, but she seems like such a nice old lady. I'm seriously fucked in the head because of this game. This whole part, I'm so confused. I don't even know. I knew that my hope was futile, but I couldn't help but think that way. Quiet days passed, and the child and I grew closer. And that was my biggest mistake. I shouldn't let myself grow attached. Eventually, I would have to... The symptoms of the disaster appeared on a day when the setting sun painted the village blood red. Of course. Several patients who visited that day had shown obvious symptoms of the Black Plague. Now that a handful of infected individuals had been found, there was a possibility that the town was already contaminated. And if any one of them left the town to ask for help, there would be no stopping it. The deadly disease would spread exponentially. I began to take actions to handle the situation, according to the orders Omnibus had given me. I'm going to bet that we're going to find out that the child actually didn't have the disease and probably lived to, like, whatever, you know what I mean? Because how does he know? Does he know? Did he hunt down the child and go, oh, the child had the plague and died? He knows that he let the child go, and Omnibus is like, and then that child spread it. But what if the child didn't? Because, I'm sorry, it's not just spread through people, it's spread through fucking rats and shit. So, like, did you slaughter all the rats and the vermin? Because I'm gonna guess probably not. So you blame it on one child, and it was probably a bunch of motherfucking rats. That's how diseases got across oceans, motherfucker. It wasn't the people, it was the rats. Everybody just assumes it's the people. Fuck you. I mean, we are vermin. But, you know, sometimes it's actually the furry vermin. Anyway. After having checked that no one had left town, I poisoned the well used by the residents. Since it was a slow-acting poison, by the time they realized the source, it would be too late. By the next evening, most of the residents were in an eternal slumber. Then, that night, I went around taking the lives of the few who hadn't gotten around to drinking the poisoned water with my own hands. It didn't take much effort, but, as usual, the weight of taking each life nearly crushed my heart. See, you're doing the wrong thing! If you honestly believed this was the right thing, you wouldn't feel guilt over it. But you feel guilt because this is wrong. You're following this devil. Omnibus is the devil! This is not God's work. He wouldn't get stabby. My blood-soaked clothes felt heavy, and I wanted to scream. This was just usual as well. But there was one thing that was different this time around. I hadn't killed him yet. I hadn't even made him drink the water from the well. There's no reason to hurry. I'll kill him last. It was an obvious excuse. Part of me even knew that, should he escape, I would have been fine with it. Oh! Oh my god! But despite my hopes, he appeared in front of me again. Why? The question leapt out of me. He was trembling, seeing me covered in blood. However, oh, look at how beautiful he is! Even though he's like covered in blood and stabby, don't leave me. Don't leave me all by myself. If he had put up some sort of resistance, I would have had no qualms about killing him. But with tears flowing, he grasped at my hand that still held my sword. He took my hand. Oh, they go so fast, though. Like, normally they last longer, but that's why I ran from the town, unable to kill him. You left him alone, though! That's almost as bad. You should have killed him. I feel bad for that poor little kid. He's like, don't leave me. You left me. Could you have just stabbed me? Poor kid. As a result of that, the world suffered so much death. I saw suffering and agony all with my own eyes. Mothers who died begging that their children be saved. Children who died with their tiny hands extended, seeking help. All of this caused by me. It's really funny that that's like falling off the screen there. Like sometimes it stops in the middle and you could like have one more line, and that one, it just, I don't know. I went through towns destroyed by the Black Plague to swear what I had done to my mind. Oh, to sear. I was like, that doesn't sound right. To sear what I had done into my mind, so that I would never forget my weakness in being unable to kill that boy. So that I would never forget the crime I had committed. I'm going to bet anything we find out that that boy didn't die from the plague. The soft sound of the wind brings me back to reality. I know it's a bad habit of mine to look back on my past crimes. Saint Germain passed. He once showed someone mercy, which led to a catastrophe. Well, that's just a douchey thing. Like, that's like the douchiest thing. Everyone else is like, blah, 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 and he's like, he was once nice, and a lot of people died. Ouch. I probably shouldn't attempt to count all the lives I've ended, even if the number I've saved is far greater than those I've killed. No, probably not. That doesn't forgive or save me from the act of taking a life. Every time I repeat that, my soul gets sucked into a deeper guilt, and I become paralyzed. See, this is the thing. If you believed in what you were doing, you wouldn't feel guilty about killing someone. You'd be like, this is for the greater good, and I'm killing you. Like, but the fact that you feel guilty about murdering people just has to tell you that there is something wrong with this, that you don't believe in what you're doing, right? I mean, come on. Otherwise, you'd be like, nah, I have to do it. I mean, you can sit there and say, like, I mean, I feel bad about this, but but you would have some justification. You either have no feeling about it or you go, you know what, it was for the greater good, not, oh my god, it kills me. Like, hi, sometimes you make the choice. Like, I'm not saying, I mean, it makes him more of a human to be like, you know what, I'm going to remember that that person I stabbed this person. I killed one person to save 50. And I feel bad that I had to kill that person, but it had to be done. There's a justification about it. Not saying that you can't feel guilty, but the fact that he feels so guilty, like, oh, it eats away at me, then there's something wrong with that. Because you should be able to look at it and go, you know what, I killed 100 people, but I've saved millions. It sucks. But if your choice is kill 100, save them, or kill 1,000,000, you know, and I get him feeling guilty, like, oh, I didn't kill that one kid and millions of people died. Yeah, that's something you should feel guilty over, if that's really what happened. But I don't believe it. I don't believe for a second that that child actually caused the plague. I don't think he did. I think that's a load of crap. I think it was the rats, and Omnibus is just being a bitch. Being a sweet little nice old lady witch. Because she's such a sweet little nice old lady, and I don't want to hate her, but she's kind of psycho, you know? I mean, I don't know. Anyway. My lips automatically twist into a smile. At first, I had smiled to gain the trust of unsuspecting people, to complete my duties as a messenger of idea. Before I knew it, the smile was plastered to my face and I couldn't get rid of it. I don't know what my true expressions are anymore. Sometimes I think, what if I could go back in time to when I let the boy go? Would I kill him? I've asked myself this time and time again, ever since that night. But I've never been able to reach an answer. Tonight, though, I must find that answer. Miss Spacey. Why am I unable to kill her? I've had so many opportunities to do so. This emotion that I have for her, what exactly is it? Oh my god, I love this! He's like a fucking robot and so are we! She's like, what is this thing I'm feeling? And they're like, girl, it's love. And she's like, what? Huh? And he's over there like, I feel something for her, but what is it? Oh, this is adorable! Stabby, but adorable. A warm feeling that I had forgotten long ago is now tormenting me. Since when has this feeling been residing in me? Was it when I first saw her smile? Or when I saw the shadow of myself in the story of her past? She still tried to trust me despite my attempt to kill her. Was it then? No, none of these moments qualify. The time I spent with her became special gradually. By the time I realized it, it was too late. A warm emotion, one I had forgotten for thousands of years, was already in my heart. I regret it. If I hadn't developed that feeling, I wouldn't have had to suffer so much. This is probably a test, some trial that Omnibus has laid out for me. She sees everything. She certainly sees right through me. She's most likely making me kill the girl so that I can cast away all my self-doubt. I take out my pocket watch. It's almost time. I must go. I start walking, praying from the bottom of my heart that she won't come to the Tower Bridge. If I see her again, I'll... Here we are. There's really no one here. I can't help but look around in amazement at the scene before me. It seems exactly the same as when I met Omnibus in the rain the other night. As I approach Tower Bridge, there's an unnatural decrease in the number of people. By the time I'm halfway across the bridge, there's no sign of anyone else. I glance down and see that the key in my hand is glowing dimly. It's probably thanks to this key that I'm able to be here right now. Saint Germain is here. I imagine his face as I look up at the sky and walk onward. The moon shines coldly down on everything. The night air is cool, and a hint of the running river's sound reaches my ears. I stop at the center of the bridge. Suddenly, the sound of a large bell ringing shakes me, even though there are no bells that size around here. This must be another one of Omnibus's strange powers. Then, when the bell stops ringing, I hear footsteps approaching from behind me. It's going to break my heart, because it's going to be him. We're going to see his pretty face. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. I turn around. Typical beautiful Saint Germain. And there stands Saint Germain. The moonlight shines upon his face, only highlighting his beauty. His expression is mask-like, as if he's intentionally killing any emotion he may be having. How strange. I had wished that you wouldn't come here. And yet, a part of me is glad to be able to see you again. I feel the same way. There's a lot I want to say to you. But for now, I'm just happy to see you. There's nothing more I can say. You're happy to see the man who's about to kill you. You really are a strange person. We stand facing each other with the same smile on our faces. We both wish that we can just forget what we've come here for, forever. It's gonna make me cry, guys. Saint Germain slowly begins to walk towards me. Not to rejoice in our reunion, but with an expression that mourns our farewell. Spending those days with you in that mansion and walking through London together, I had many chances to kill you, but I didn't. No, I couldn't. Yes, instead, you protected me time and time again. From Finis and from Twilight, and even from Guinevere. So beautiful Goblin King, gorgeous frickin' dreamy eyes. Jesus. The blank expression on his face wavers just a little, then he stops before me. Miss Spacey, why did you come here? A silver blade emerges from Saint Germain's sleeve and reflects the light of the moon. I'm already within his reach. If he wanted to, he could kill me in an instant. If you hadn't come, I wouldn't have to suffer so much. I wish you would run off, somewhere far away. If I run, you'll die. Our eyes meet, and then he looks away. I don't understand. Why you came here, why you wouldn't run away, and why am I hesitating so much to kill you? It's so cute. They're both like fucking robots. I love it. Robots in love. Anyway, his blade trembles in the night air, as if it's trying to do his weeping for him. Should I kill you, or lower my blade? Miss Spacey, do you know the answer? This is the time to decide. Just grab his hand and stab yourself. There probably isn't much that I can do for him. I take a deep breath, then exhale. Then I slowly open my mouth. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. One of these is the bad path, so that's obviously what we're going to do first. I'm still uncertain is a bad ending. Okay. Save this. Save this shit. Boop. Okay. So what did I say? What did I say? I'm still uncertain. I just want to make sure I don't want to do... Yeah. I'm still uncertain leads to a bad end. Okay, so we're going to do the bad ending first. This is our last bad ending. I don't know. In the end, nothing but pointless mumbling comes from my mouth. I want you to live. But I don't have the courage to choose death. I knew that this would hurt Saint Germain's heart even deeper than before. But I'm not brave enough, and I have to leave everything to Saint Germain now. I'm sorry. That's why... Saint Germain... I see. He nods silently. He smiles kindly like a priest accepting confession from a sinner. There's no need for you to apologize. I should be the one apologizing to you. Just because I couldn't reach the decision doesn't mean I could force you to make the decision. As a man, I should have done it. With the blade still in his hand, Saint Germain looks down, as if in prayer. your death and me killing you. All of this should have been my own decision. I notice a single drop of water rolling down Saint Germain's cheek. Oh my god, that's so sad. He's crying. He's gonna stab us, obviously, but the drop spills down onto his blade, and I look on, wide-eyed. Are you crying, Saint Germain? Of course. I'm about to bid farewell to the one I love. Saint Germain's smiling face and facade drops, and he looks at me. He has an expression of sadness unlike any I've ever seen before. You will probably be the last person to ever see me like this. Once I kill you, I will most likely never shed another tear, no matter how many tens of thousands of years I may live. These are my last tears. I dedicate them solely to you. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. This is fucking beautiful. I know he's gonna stab us and all, but this is fucking beautiful, and I hurt so bad for him. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. Oh, honey, sweetie. Oh. To me? Is there something wrong with me that this makes me happy? Saint Germain showed his true face to me at the very end. Although I'm an empty being with nothing of my own, at the very end, I'm able to have something that belongs to only me. That's all I could ask for. I loved you, Miss Spacey. Saint Germain gently places the tip of his blade against my chest and pushes it in. Before I can even feel any pain, my consciousness sinks down into peacefulness. As my mind fades, I try desperately to move my mouth. There's something I have to tell him before it all ends. Something I have to say to the man who said he loved me, despite what I am. I will always love you. Now and forever. Did my voice reach him? As I think this, I fall into the depths of darkness. Oh my god! I know it was a bad ending, but it was the most beautiful bad ending ever! Oh my god! Guys, I'm gonna cry! Holy shit! Like, some of the other ones are bad endings, you're like, oh no, that sucks! That was probably the most amazingly, touchingly beautiful fucking bad ending. We have some time, only a few minutes, to, like, start and come back to, like... Let's just go into the memory trunk right now and kind of just look at some of those. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. But I cannot. See, here's my thing. This is it. This is the only one we got. And I know we still have to go down the normal, but, like, hold on a second. So, that was his backstory, telling the past thing. Okay, you know what? Now that makes sense. Because that's the same thing. This was Victor's past. And then we only had 4 of Victor, and that was his past, and we only had 4 of him before we got the sexy butt picture. But we had 5 of Impey after his, and that's what we're going to get. We're going to get 5 of him, and this is going to be that secret thing. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense. It just seems like we're missing so many because we're missing 13 of them, but that's because these ones are going to have, like, 5 fucking pieces each, you know? But, like... God, look, I mean, he's so freaking, even though you can't see anything with those eyes, just look sorrowful and beautiful, and I can't believe, I mean, we could have recorded, I can't after that ending. I'm going to record, obviously, the next part next, but I feel like we need to leave this part on that, so you guys just absorb that for a day, because it is, like, the saddest fucking thing ever, but it was the most beautiful freaking bad ending. I just feel like, this game kills me. It is so amazing. The CGs are gorgeous. The characters are gorgeous. The writing is great. And that was just... I don't even know how I feel. Like, it hurts my soul. But yet I feel so warm and fuzzy because of it. I don't even know. His whole path confuses the fuck out of me. I don't even know what to think. But anyway, I am going to wrap this part up here. We will continue down the normal path. For the rest of this chapter, you know, finish this chapter up, and then we have one last decision to make, which will lead us in chapter 13 when we get there, to the normal and/or good. We just have a lot less choices in his path, but we had a lot of bad endings. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.